Hello, we're going to make a video this evening, and this video will provide a brief tour of the project directory for the ECE 201 Computer Architecture course here at Lehigh University for the spring 2022 semester. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up a terminal window, and in this terminal window I'm going to log into one of the workstations that we can do some work on. So I'll go ahead and log into SSH, and I'm going to log in. I'm not going to be using graphics, so I don't need the capital X this time. I could use it, but since I'm not using graphics, I'm not going to put it. So I'll use a small L. That's going to be my login ID comes next. My login ID will be ECE 201, and I'm going to go into the machine ECE-server 03.cc.lehigh.edu. First time I'm going into this machine, it wants to give me the public half of an encryption key. If I want to continue, I have to type yes. Okay, so now I'll put my password in. Okay, I typed my password and I got my $ prompt. Again, in other videos, this $ prompt coming back can take up to 60 seconds. This time it came back really quick. It means there's not a lot happening on the network and or this machine. So what we want to do is we want to take a look at the project directories. And also I'm connecting from home, so I'm using VPN to connect. Everything we're doing again is behind the Lehigh firewall, and you either need to be on the Lehigh network or you need to be connected to the Lehigh VPN. If you're on the Lehigh wireless at Lehigh, you're on the Lehigh network. Okay, so we want to take a look at the project directories, and to get to the actual path for the project directory is there we go, /proj/ECE 201 spring 2022. That's the actual path to the project directory. So what we're going to do is we're going to go part way there. We're going to type cd space /proj, and here I'm going to type ls. And if you take a look, nothing came up when I typed ls. This is something I get asked about and causes some confusion every year, and this is due to the concept of auto mounting. And what that means is that ECE Spring 2022 directory is not going to come up until it is actually requested. So if you just go to cd space /proj and do an ls to see what's under there, you won't see the directory. Now there's two ways we can get to that directory. One is we could type cd /proj/ECE, do the whole path, 1-spring 2022. If we did this, that would take us into the directory. The other thing we can do, since we're already in the proj directory, and if I type pwd for present working directory, you see that we're under /proj, and also you can see the proj here on the little comment that comes in before your $. So we could use a relative path, and since we're in proj, we could just type cd space ECE 201 spring 2022. Okay, and that will take us into that directory. Now if we do a change directory and go back one directory up, and we're in that proj directory. Now if we type ls, we'll see that directory there. Because we actually went all the way into that path with the ECE 201 spring 2022, it automatically mounted and it will stay there. Okay, so we'll go back into this directory. Okay, great. Now we got the directory up. So let's see what's under the directory. We'll type ls, and we can see the IDs of all of the students. And you'll also see the ID of the you also see the directory relative to the ID that I came in with, ECE 201. That's a demo ID I'm using for this demonstration. Okay, so with this ID, let me try and go into a user directory that's not the same as ECE 201. ECE 201 is set up to behave like a student ID. So I'll just pick the first directory, cd space add 322. Permission denied. So ECE 201 can't go in to other student directories. But what about its own directory, ECE 201? It can go into its own directory. What can it do in its own directory? Well, I'm going to use the command touch, and I'll say test file. And so what this will do is this will test whether I can make a file called test file. So I'd enter. Well, it looked pretty good. I'm going to type ls. Oh, there's a file called test file, which I was able to create. Can I remove that file? rm test file. Okay, so user IDs are able to go in and create and delete files within the directory that pertains to their ID. Okay, let's go back up a level. So I'll type cd space ... That will take me back up one level. And I'll type ls. And you're going to see another directory in there called class share. This directory is set up for all students to access, so the ECE 201 should be able to go in there if I've done things right. I want to go to the class share directory, and the ECE 201 can go in there. A regular student ID is able to go into class share. Only the IDs that are part of the ECE 201 class have access to this class share directory. So let's we'll do an ls in the class share directory, and your professor has put a directory in there called tutorial code, and you can see that directory. You can go into it and copy things out. So let's see if I can write a file in here. So I'm going to do that touch command, and I'll type test file. And I don't have permission to write inside the class share directory. The only people that will have permission to write in the class share directory will be your professors and your TA. Okay. This pretty much covers and concludes our tour of the ECE 201 Spring 2022 project directories. I hope this was helpful, and thank you for listening.